Cook on Sunday, eat till Thursday. I'm Allie and you're watching Economy Bites. Today we're going to be making Tuna Noodle Casserole, which is an old standard American casserole that is not glamorous but is really, really delicious. So we're going to start today by making what we call a roux, combining equal parts flour and butter to make a base for a sauce that's going to ultimately be the cheese sauce that we put over our tuna noodle casserole. We are going to ready 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour. I like to keep my flour in a jar like this because I find that the bag, like putting your hands in and taking the flour out gets so messy, so it's easier to keep it just in this little jar. I'm gonna heat this on medium. We don't wanna burn the butter, so we're gonna let the butter melt slowly. First thing we're gonna do is put the butter in and let it melt, and like I just said, it makes sense to do it in the other. I'm gonna measure out 1.5 cups of vegetable broth. So what we're gonna do is remove this from the heat, and now we're gonna whisk in our flour. We want it to become kind of a paste. Now we're gonna put that back in the heat and let that cook for a few minutes, stirring frequently. And we wanna make sure that it's all combined and that there's no lumps. La 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 la. This is starting to get brown. And I just have it on a really low heat so that it doesn't burn. It's been about 5 minutes. We're gonna take this off the heat again, and we're going to whisk in half of our vegetable broth. Now we've got this nice saucy base. So we're gonna put it back on the heat, and we're gonna add in the rest of the vegetable broth. So now what we're gonna do is let this sauce come to a simmer, and we're gonna let it simmer here for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna add our milk and our cheese. In the meantime, let's start cooking the noodles. 12 ounces of whole wheat egg noodles. You don't have to use whole wheat, but I like them actually. I think that they add like a nutty taste to this dish. Hot, water, hot, 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 hot. Why does she do things like this? We're gonna salt it. We'll start going that way, ready? Go ahead. Okay, that's all you get. So I put the noodles in, let them cook for about 5 minutes. They're al dente now, so I'm going to pour them out. And now I'm going to add them to this large casserole dish. I've got 3 tins of tuna in water. Let's pour out the water. No, not seals, dolphins. Idiot. This is a cat-friendly recipe. Kitty approved. Plop all that in there. We're gonna use a fork to just flake that tuna and get it all mixed into the noodles. If you want like more tuna, you can certainly add more. I like it to be like little hints of tuna, but if you want it to be like tuna overload, certainly add another can. Okay, so let's look back at our roux, our sauce actually. It's been about 20 minutes. The sauce has really thickened. What we're gonna do now is add 1/2 cup of milk. I seasoned it with salt and pepper while it was cooking. And now I'm gonna add 2 cups of cheddar cheese. This bag is about 2 cups. So what I'm gonna do is use a spatula and just fold this in. It's been on low heat this whole time. While we're doing this, I'm going to turn my oven on to 350. This is nice and all together now. So I'm gonna turn off the heat, pour this over the tuna. Yummy. This is like a tuna melt in pasta form. Sometimes cheese can be kind of heavy, so I think a small casserole is good when it's like something heavy like this. Before I do too much of that, I want to add a little bit of salt. Lastly, some breadcrumbs on the top. I'm using these Japanese panko breadcrumbs because they're a little bit bigger and they're like a little more substantial, a little crunchier. 1 cup to 1/2 cup, just a thin layer. Now we're gonna put it in the oven, let it cook for about 1/2 hour, and then we'll see what it looks like. Voila! So let's dig in and take a bite. Make sure you get some tuna in there. It's like too. Just like Mom used to make. No, it's very good. It is cheesy and tuna-y. A good protein-filled meal that will definitely last Sunday to Thursday. Cook on Sunday, eat till Thursday. I'm Allie, and I'll see you next time. Sick, I'm slipping under.